released in 1992 as Evil Dead Trap 2 Hideki. Now, this one, kind of disappointingly at the start, has nothing to do with the first film. It's an in-title only sequel, and this one is even crazier than the first one. In fact, I'm not entirely sure that I know exactly what's going on in this movie, but I'll try my best to kind of talk around it. We have Aki, a projectionist who's working in a movie theatre, who seems to have some kind of trauma. She seems to be haunted by these images of a small boy that seems to be taunting her. There is a crazed killer out there taking down women late at night. And we have a kind of TV reporter that used to be an idol that is Aki's friend that's kind of investigating this. And then there's this strange guy that turns up that's kind of dating Aki, or dating Aki's friend, who was an old friend of Aki. They kind of connect a little bit. It's just mental. Like, I can't go into everything this movie does, but it's definitely far more loose and hard to grasp than the first one. There isn't like a solid through line in this one. It seems like it just flirts from A to D to Z to B. It's just, it doesn't have this connective tissue that really holds it together. But it does have some kind of fascination about it. I wasn't keen on this movie. It didn't really hold my attention a lot of the time. It was a bit of a struggle, and that was because I was missing a narrative to really drag me through the story. Going into this one a second time, I can see myself maybe enjoying it more. Going into the atmosphere, going into the sort of nature that the film has, there are definitely themes there that become apparent at the end of the movie, which would have maybe influenced how my opinion of the characters at the start of this one. But you don't find that out to the end of the film, so you're never going to get that cathartic nature of figuring everything out until you watch it the second time round. But it may make things a little bit more interesting. When you get to the end of it, you get an idea of lost chances, of an abortion that robbed somebody of a family. You get the revelation of the killer throughout the film, early on in fact, where it shows you who the killer is and why they are doing what they are doing. It does have moments of bloody horror, and it is shocking. There is a particular scene in the bathtub where it's just vicious. We see some deaths early on where it is really horrific as well, just seeing the characters being brutalised. It doesn't shy away from these kind of images that are repulsive, horrifying and shocking to an extent. And it's just, it's an experience more than a narrative film. As an experience of a film, it works quite well, because when it gets to that second half, it becomes not more straightforward in this narrative, but it becomes more impactful with the images, with the pushing of the themes that become clearer later on. The first half of the film is a little bit talky. It's a little bit unsure of who the main characters are, what their machinations are, and how they're going to move through this world, and how they kind of tie to each other. But the second half really kind of brings it all together some way. I'm still not entirely sure that this one is a great film. It's one that I watched, I rated, I still am thinking about it, I'm mulling it over. I can't see me rushing back to it. I feel as if I need to give it a second watch though. I need that second watch to clarify quite a few things. It's not a bad movie. It's not a badly made movie. It's just hard to decipher a lot of what is going on here. Weird, unusual, different, and I think I was kind of taken aback because it wasn't a direct sequel to the first one and was something completely different, which just threw me off. And to be so weirdly unique in its differences was a little bit of a shock. I will go back to this one. I should go back to it fairly soon, hopefully, because I really want to see how it sits a second time. But I would love to know your thoughts on Evil Dead Trap 2 Hideki. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I'm on the fence right now until I get a second watch of it, but I'd love to know your thoughts on this one and why. So drop a comment in the comment box below. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manbfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.